Chocolate-covered chocolate with chocolate frosting and chocolate sprinkles on top. Sweet and flavorful, so satisfying. I want some.
Potato chips. Crispy, lightly salted, savory, indulgent, mouth-watering, delicious, irresistible.
Stop! What are we doing? We shouldn't even think like that.
I know, but I could murder a bag of chips right now.
We are not murdering anyone. We are getting our cravings under control right now.
At Simply Diabetes, we can help you manage your diabetes cheaper and easier.
We are not medical professionals. We are people with diabetes, just like you.
Welcome. Cravings can hit when you least expect them. They can be so powerful that all we can think about is that one thing we want. Things were going so well, my diet was under control, and now all I can think about is the one thing, the only one thing in the world that can satisfy me. Nothing else will do. I want it, and I want it now.
When this happens, we have a few tricks up our sleeves. But let's be completely honest. Our tricks often work, but no trick is foolproof. Still, our methods are worth the try. The first thing I do is stop and assess. Am I hungry or am I just munchy?
The Brits would say peckish.
That's a good word. It describes the feeling perfectly. So if I can honestly say I'm hungry, I have a meal or a snack.
You're always hungry. I don't get it.
I know. So if I really feel I'm hungry, I eat a meal or a snack. Then I wait at least 15 minutes. Often my cravings disappear. If not, there are a lot of other things I can do.
One good thing is to drink some water. We don't drink enough, particularly in summer. We live in Las Vegas, and most people here are slightly dehydrated anyway, so we can never go wrong with water.
As long as it's plain water, no soda or juice. By the way, tap water is just fine in most places. Unless your water tastes funny or you know it's bad in some way, we always drink tap water. It's a lot less expensive than bottled and much better for the environment.
If you live in an area that has water that has a high mineral content, it may need to be filtered. The cost of a filter, like Brita for example, will be repaid very quickly with the savings from not buying water.
Or you could install a filter for your faucet. There are even filters for the whole house.
Back to cravings. The water didn't do the trick. I'm still munchy and it's not time to eat. Now what?
Now we wait.
I don't want to wait. How long will you make me?
Just 15 minutes. But don't set a reminder. Glance at your watch and then go and do something. You can do something physical, but that's not necessary. When I battle my cravings, I note the time and then go read or call a friend or play with our dogs or go check our veggie garden or whatever. Anything that takes my mind off food. Often by the time my 15 minutes is up, I don't even remember I wanted that chocolate or a cookie. Chances are I don't even remember to check my watch until much later.
Our dietitian suggested that we tell ourselves we know what our temptation tastes like.
Does this work for you?
No. Sometimes.
It might work for some people, but it doesn't for me. After all, I want it precisely because I know what it tastes like.
Time for another method.
This one is a bit odd, yet it really works. I tap my head. Just sit down in a quiet place, make sure I'm comfortable, put my slightly curved fingers on the top of my head, and start tapping. I go fairly fast, but I'm gentle. Breathe slowly. I move my hands so that I cover my entire head. I know it looks strange, but it feels good. It's a nice, relaxing massage. The minus of this method is that there are places where you can't really do it.
Imagine doing it at a party.
Exactly. They would look at me strange.
How long do you need to do it?
At least a couple of minutes. But if you want to go longer, that's fine.
Another method is to imagine we did something to the food we crave, and now it's inedible, covered with salt, for example.
Some people go further and imagine it crawling with maggots, covered with dirt, or worse.
Hey, whatever works. But sometimes none of the things we talked about work. Now what?
We said at the beginning that our methods don't always work. If we got to this point and our damn craving is still there, it's time to check our blood sugar. If it's reasonable, I succumb to my temptation and have a small portion. If it's high, say over 160, I need to get it down first. That involves some physical activity. I can then enjoy my treat knowing I didn't do too much damage, as long as my portion is reasonable.
I know you. You always try to do the right thing, but even you overeat on treats sometimes.
I'm only human. But when I do, I try to compensate by taking the pups for a longer walk, swimming, or doing something else that will get rid of the excess sugar. My CGM helps me determine how much I need to do.
Not everyone has a CGM.
No, but even so, it's a good idea to get active when you know for a fact your blood sugar will get too high.
We talked about methods that often work, but we never mentioned substituting a healthier option for our craving.
We didn't. That's because it doesn't work for us. For example, they say that if you crave something crunchy, potato chips for example, then you should replace it with something also crunchy but healthy, like carrots or celery sticks. I don't know about you, but for me, this isn't even a comparison.
There's no way I would be satisfied chomping on the celery sticks or carrot when I really want something savory, salty, and familiar.
There's one more thing that works, but it takes some time. There are medications that can help people overcome cravings. Ozempic is one, but don't expect that it will work miracles. I take Ozempic, and even so, my cravings can still attack. I doubt I'm unique that way.
But at least we've reduced the impact of cravings on our blood sugar.
Hopefully, our suggestions help you. If you have another method that works for you, please share it with us in the comments below.
If you found this video useful, give us a like and subscribe to the Simply Diabetes channel if you haven't already. And tell your diabetic friends.
We can control the diabetes monster one craving at a time.
See you next time.